Hello YouTube buddies, welcome back to Black Desert Online new episode. Today guys, I'm gonna show you a specific location where you can actually farm tin ore. A very difficult ore to find, and I done a few hours working in where to find the best location possible, especially at low to mid level, okay? Maybe in higher levels you can find different locations where you can actually find better locations even, but this one definitely works for me. So it's a couple of things that we are going to do guys before even attempted to do it, and that's going to be go straight to your magnifying glass and find the NPC that sells materials. That is really important that we do that real quick. Okay, so we need the materials seller, and we need to go to the shop, and within the shop we are going to need pickaxes. Now, before you even contemplate the argument, let me tell you something real quick. I'm going to do this with the lowest level possible pickaxe, okay? So you can see that with very little cash or very little upgrades in terms of the pickaxe, you can still get tin ore and quite a lot of it, okay? If you have upgraded version of the pickaxe, it's going to be much faster and much more reliable. So you definitely want the highest pickaxe upgrade if you can. Otherwise, don't worry, get 3 or 4 or 5 of those depending how long you want to farm for, and do it. Okay, so once you get your pickaxes, we need to find the location. So where are we? Well, we are right in Heidel. Now the location is going to be between 2 bridges right on the river bank, right here on the river bank. Now, you have one bridge here on the west and one here on the east. The farming location is going to be all around this river bank. You can go over and over and over, and I'll show you in a second. So whenever you, what I advise you to do is to do some type of loop or laps. Starting one under one bridge and go around and come all the way back, and by the time that you arrive there, the mine should spawn. I'm calculating they spawn between 3 and 5 minutes each, so that's not too bad. So let's get on with the actual mining, and I'll show you how to find this precious tin ore. Okay, so here we are. This is going to be the east side bridge of the river down south Heidel. As you can see, this is the east and this is going to be the west. Okay, so it's simple as go down here, and it's a specific type of rock that you want to find, and I'm going to show you real quick if we can find one real quick. This is what you want, bryopite. This is the type of rock that will give you tin ore. So let's see if we are lucky. Now, and of course, a couple of things that you need to do before you even attempt to do this mining is, one, you need to have obviously a working ore pickaxe, like I just done. But secondly, you need plenty of space as well with the weight available there to carry your tin ore, of course, because the more that you farm, for the longer you farm, the more weight you are going to carry. So keep that in mind as well. Keep in mind as well that these pickaxes, they are really cheap that you buy from the shop. They run out really fast. So you're going to need good amount of them if you're going to farm for long periods of time as well. Okay, there you go. There's the one. Okay, now each node I think will give you between 1 and 3 maximum. Okay, so you're going to have to do quite a lot of this type of mining. So I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to go around and I'm going to do just a lap so you can see that is a very good location to get tin ore. And of course I will explain in another episode, in another tutorial, why you need tin ore so much, but it's a very difficult ore to find. And as I said earlier at the beginning of the episode, I think there's another two in there, as you can see. I think that this is so far is the best location I found at level 38. As I said earlier, you may find better locations at higher levels, level 60 or whatever, but I want to do this type of videos and tutorials and guides for new people coming into the game. So I'm trying to orientate this to lower or lowerish levels for people coming to the game. So people that may don't have much experience playing the game, or even don't have the cash, and I think is interesting to do this type of videos for people coming to the game, because as you know, you guys that have lots of experience playing this game, this can be very, very frustrating game if you don't know what are you doing. Okay, so I'm going across now to the south bank of the riverside, that's correctly said, and I carry on looking for Bryopite. As you can see, there's another one. So what I'm going to do now is walk east towards that bridge again, but in this side of the river. Okay, another thing I want to tell you is that sometimes rock formations are between plants and you can barely see it, so be careful with that, because the more formations that you find, the obviously more mining you can do. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, and simply just walk around. Is something missing here? No, it's not here. Walk around as much as you can. I think I just passed one actually. No, it's a thicket. Okay, I think this is another one in here. You see, this is another one. They hide here underneath the bush. You have to be careful. And as I said, the more that you find, the more Bryopite that you find in here, but the more chances you have to make the lap longer, which means that you can actually gather much more tin ore. Okay, so that said, hopefully we can get quite a lot of tin ore, which, by the way, you will find this very, very often. They give you rough stone. I personally don't want it. I think it's a bit of an inconvenience, really, and I don't need it at the moment. If I need it at a later stage, you can get rough stone anywhere, really. It's not that difficult to find. Now, I talked to you about the spawning times. I think it's between 3 and 5 minutes for what I found out myself. I waited in front of the node to actually spawn, and they change, but I think it's between 3 and 5 minutes, which is not too bad, to be honest. Okay. Another thing I want to mention to you is that I don't think that the number of tin ore that you find in every node varies very much. I found out it's between 1 and 3 maximum. I haven't found any more than 3, and the one I found 3 has been just 2 occasions, I believe. So expect to find between 1 and 2 quite often. Now, if you go under the bridge here and then turn right, you'll find a tiny bit more space, so you can actually stretch yourself as much as you want along the riverbanks. And obviously, the more you go, well, you may find better locations or whatever. I think that this is a very, very good location, and I think it's worth it to do it. Now, in terms of timing, how long you need to stay here to get how many? It just depends. It just depends how many pickaxes you got. Depend the quality of the pickaxes you got, because the better quality, the quicker you will mine as well. But in about half an hour, I got about between 35 and 50 pieces, so that is not too bad, really. I think that if you had much better quality pickaxes, then in half an hour you may get 60 or 70. I don't know. You have to try that for yourself. I just wanted to show the location, and as you can see, it works. It really, really works. And you can carry on going down the riverbank and create that loop that I said earlier to you. Okay, so I don't want that one either. Let me carry on a bit more. This is another one right here. And of course, it's not only just the bank. Just walk up a bit if you want. Not just by the riverbank, for example, these rocks and there, have a look around and see how much you can find. But that space of river between the 2 bridges, I think, is the best I found so far. So hopefully that will help you to collect as many tin ore as you need, really. Okay, so I'm carrying on this way, and at some point you are going to find this rock formation here on the right, which makes a huge wall. You see, here is where I turn around. I go to the other side, and then I walk my way west. Okay, with the hope, of course, of finding more tin knots so I can carry on mining. That is the way I do it. And I do, you know, as I said, as many laps as you really want. And you know, it just depends how long you want to farm for, really. But what is important is to look everywhere for these knots, because sometimes you actually can't see them because they are between the vegetation and plants and what have you. And what you want is just to get as many as you want in one simple lap. That I think is pretty much the key of this. Okay. Okay, so as soon as you can get out of the water, get out of the water if you are on the water, and trying to figure out what are you doing. I will give you another tip. Some of these knots, tin or knots, have a bluish tint, a color blue tint, and that is a good indication this the rock is mineable, or you can mine it, I would say. So carry on going that way if you like, west now, and you can actually get some more around here. Okay, just go around here looking everywhere, and eventually you just find them. But that type of rock that I said to you, that's the one that you want to mine this thing. Okay, and again, just switch bank, and now walk east. Okay, so remember to look everywhere you can, guys, and switch banks as soon or as late as you want, really. And in actual fact, I think I'm going to give it a go, even going a bit farther after I find my threshold. And my threshold is this wall here. I haven't found much that way, but you know what? Let's give it a go and see what happens. We may find a bit more of these knots that we need. But I think overall it's a good location. It's not too bad. We've been about 10 minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes, and we already got 9 pieces, which is not too bad at all. I don't think it is, guys. And you know, keeping in mind as well that you know it's quite difficult ore to find around, but now I can see there's not going to be much more here. So go back in the lab that we created, and you know, carry on doing it for as long as you want. The ore is there, the thing is there, and I hope this will help you to find as much tin ore as you need or as you want. So there you go. Please comment, subscribe, and like, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Black Desert Online. Until then, take great care.